cut this off. We gotta let the windows down. Oh yeah, cause they could hear it. They could hear the air. So I might have to like stop the video and start. We recording right now though.
Oh my goodness.
All this about to be on film.
Oh my goodness, this is too much.
What's up, fam? It's Nae. Welcome back to NaeBeLiving. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Jarviel.
This is my brother. If y'all seen the last videos, y'all would know this is the one I visited in Charlotte. He's here. We have him for the day, y'all, and I wanted to bring him to the channel. So today, y'all, we are eating IHOP. He's already started eating, y'all. It's like, what, 12 o'clock? 11, 12?
Yeah.
It's later in the day. 12. So he had a late start this morning. But this is what I have. This is their bowl. I forgot what bowl this is. This is their classic bowl. I hope y'all can see it. Do this. Oh, you already ate? Just smile. Just put your face up here and smile. This is my thumbnail.
I know.
But yeah, y'all, we came to chat with y'all. It's Saturday. I hope y'all are having a great morning. I got my fork back here, sorry. But
this breakfast is real good. I haven't had IHOP in
a
minute.
Yeah, I had it with
I haven't had these grits.
I had it with Bria and Angel not too long ago. But yeah, I enjoyed it when I had this with them. Yeah. Nah, my mom made some homemade grits.
Yeah.
Y'all, so we eating this meal. He's leaving tomorrow, but I get to see you again this upcoming weekend.
Yep.
Because we are going to Florida A&M University's homecoming weekend.
FAMU homecoming.
We are there in Tallahassee. It's about to be lit. You excited?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
What are you most excited for?
To see old friends. To see college friends, man. That's the best part. Because you know, you went through so much with each other.
Yeah.
When you was on campus and you grew with each other, and like now you're adults, and some people married, some people have kids. So it's been a journey, right?
When was the last time you been to FAMU? Like visited?
2018.
Oh, same.
Yeah. So it's been 4 years. For
real. And that pandemic, man. Because I was thinking when I graduated in 2018, I was going to come back in 2019 for the homecoming. Right. Nope. Pandemic.
No, it wasn't a pandemic that year. You could have came.
Oh, I could have.
Yeah, I think you were in Orlando at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in Orlando.
But the year after that, yeah, that's when the pandemic came.
Yeah, that sure is.
And I think we all went to homecoming in 2018, so 2019 was like, oh, we'll probably go next year. Yeah,
after 2019. Yeah, that is true, because I wanted to skip a year.
Yeah, because I did too, because my class anniversary, our class reunion was going to be 2020. So that's why I was like, I don't have to go 2019. I'll just go 2020. And you saw what happened with that.
Child didn't come. It was nice.
Right.
Right. Pandemic had the whole world shook.
Literally. People ain't know what to do.
But I'm happy that I'm going this year. I'm happy that we're going this year. So hopefully I catch you out there at some of the events.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you will.
Great experience.
Oh yeah, because people are ready to come back. Ain't no mask. Like you can. It's gonna feel like a real homecoming again.
Last year I was told they had to wear masks.
And also everybody didn't go last year either, because it was like people didn't want to be out in homecoming with COVID. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I was scared to go last year. I would have went because that was my year. That was my 10th year.
Oh, got it.
I know it was a good experience though, because everybody was talking about it. And yeah, I didn't go. I didn't even pay dues for the class that year. So yeah.
Oh, got it. Y'all have dues that y'all pay? That's what's up.
Yeah, so we could have a
reunion.
Yeah, a nice reunion.
You pay them every year? Oh, wow. And, that was smart.
And I know it was a great experience because everybody's talking about it. You seen the pictures. They had shirts made with our class on it. Yeah. I didn't even have a high school reunion.
Oh, really?
Nope. I know why now, though. Because last week, whenever I went to that high school birthday, you know, reunited with some high school people, yeah, I found out that one of the girls didn't like what was going on with the whole George Floyd situation because she was a police. And so she just felt like she didn't want to do the reunion that year because of what was going on. You know, the police brutality.
Got it.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, wait. Way to be selfish. Way to be selfish. So
somebody else could have planned it.
Right. I was like, you did not have to get involved. All these people that done graduated in that class. I was telling some people that we should just do our own thing.
Well, that's what it come down to. Is who want to do the planning.
Right.
Because if you got some planners, it's going to happen.
With that, without you. We could have easily left her out. But for her just to make that whole decision by herself, man.
Yeah. But yeah, are you excited for homecoming?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be more excited next year. For next year's homecoming.
Why is that?
That's Kadaria's class, our cousin. But their class and our class is really close. Like we kind of skipped over this class.
Yeah.
No shade, love them dearly. But yeah, next year is gonna
closer
be
with the other class.
Yeah. So
yeah,
next
I
year,
get that. Cause that's how my class is with class of 03. Like 05 and 03, we get along real well.
Okay. Yep.
Like we get along with 04 too, but it's like 03 is like our big brothers and big sisters.
Yes.
You know?
And that's how they look at us.
Right. Whereas like 04, they're like our older friends. It's like, oh yeah, you just 1 year older than us. Like you my classmate / friend. But like 03 was like, oh, that's like older brother, older sister.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
And that's how it is with our class and the class next year.
That makes sense.
It's gonna be lit. But this year I'm happy to go because I'm reuniting with college friends.
Oh yeah, you gonna see Jess and
and I seen
Sam
them. And it's crazy because I just seen them in
Where's
August.
Candace at?
Candace, where is Candace? Candace is in Texas.
She don't come back for homecoming or nothing like that?
I don't know. She may come back 1 year. I just don't know when. I gotta ask her. But it'll be good to see my professors. They haven't seen us since we graduated with our masters.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, that would be.
Yep. So.
Oh yeah, y'all gonna go back together and go see your professors together.
Yep. I plan on seeing them.
Oh yeah, that'll be
catching
nice.
up. Right. Seeing some old faces.
Right.
That's crazy. That was 2018. I think I was what, 24? I don't know. My ages is all wrong. But yeah. Yeah, wow. But I did in a video, like a couple videos ago, I was talking about the experience at FAMU and how it's different and how you connect with so many people. They probably tired of me talking about FAMU, but it's a different world.
It literally is. To me, it's the greatest place on earth. And I think that's why it's so exciting to return, because it's like you learn so much there about yourself, about just people, and you know, being around motivated people who just want to do well for their life and just make their mamas proud. Like, it's something very powerful about being around a whole bunch of people who are like, oh, I'm here to get this degree because I'm trying to get this job or go make the world better, or, you know, go back to my community, or, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah. And then it's not every day where you can find that in people who look just like you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, we all are here to change our lives. So when you see that many black people come together to do something different, you like, man.
And who, like, truly, like, value their education. Like, yeah, we may stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning, but best believe I'm going to be in that 8 o'clock class.
For real.
Like, don't think it's a game.
What?
Like, I'm not up here, like, missing classes and skipping classes. Like, I know I still got to get this degree.
You know,
I'm going to have fun, but I'm going to get my work done.
And you know, it's crazy. I remember a time, this is when we stayed in Adams Point and I was working at Target. I remember going, like, leaving class that night, I'm going out to party or whatever. I took a shower and I slept in my Target uniform because I knew I had to be at work at 7 a.m. And then after work, I had to go to class again. Like, thinking about it now, it's like, what were you, like, what? How did you even have the energy? You was going to make it work. You was going to find time in that schedule to make everything fit. And I love that. It was just so fast-paced. And I would be in class with my uniform on. And right after work.
Right. No games.
No games. Slept in the uniform.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a different way of hustling.
It really is. Because you young, you finding yourself, but you also trying to build structure around you.
Yeah.
And there are times where you not always making the best decisions. Like people who going out right before finals, and it's like, what you celebrating? Like, the finals not over yet. Like, I can see if the finals were over.
You just came for me in that whole statement.
Okay, well, that wasn't supposed to come for you. But I'm just saying, people who, good. You did it once. I mean, we all do it. We all have done it. But it's just like, you get to that point, like, what was I thinking? Like, why was I at the club until 2 o'clock in the morning, knowing I had an 8 o'clock class the next day? Like,
It's funny because I turned my ACL with a final the next morning.
Right.
Out there partying, living my best life, knowing I had a final the next morning. And Jarrell, everybody, do not go to that party because you got a final.
And that be the thing, because it be people there with some sense who be telling you and reminding you, like, Jarviel, I don't think that's a good idea. But what do I go do? Oh, I gotta go test the water. I gotta
prove to them that I know what I'm talking about. And watch, when I wake up, I'ma pass this final. That's the problem. I woke up and had to go to the hospital.
Right. You think you're invincible. You think you can do everything.
What?
But then you just like, you know what? I need to be working smarter, not harder. Yep. And then you start growing up and you start maturing. And then you have your friends there, like, reminding you, like, all right, you did that before and you remember what happened.
You remember what happened now. Yeah, your friends definitely hold you accountable. And not only do they hold you accountable, the professors, I'll never forget, I had a professor, she said, if y'all show up, class start at 8 o'clock. If you show up at 7:59, you late. You might as well go ahead and continue walking. Right. Because I'm going to have the whole class look at you and wave and say, have a nice day. And she meant that. There was some people out here playing, like the people who love to be SGA president and all of them playing around thinking.
Right, that they got it made.
When that boy came to that door, she said, class, we all look. Have a nice day. Them people do not play. Them professors, man.
Oh, yeah, that'll be me.
It's kind of like having multiple black mamas.
Oh, yeah. And daddies. Oh, yeah, because I know when I got in my master's program, and I was working, I was in SGA, I was doing a lot. Yeah. That's the problem. And that lady told me, she got my paper, she was like, Mr. Baker, she was like, you are in a master's program. And she was like, sir, she held up my paper. She was like, and sir, this right here, she was like, this is not mastery level work. And she was like, now I know you out there doing campaigning and being somebody on campus. But she was like, oh, but this is the classroom. And she was like, and you are enrolled in the program. So don't get caught up in all of that, because what matters is what's in here. And that lady ain't ever have to worry about telling me nothing ever again. Because I thought I was going to do the same thing I did in undergrad. Like just waiting last minute, procrastinating, doing stuff and like getting it done in time. Oh, no. She was like, oh, yeah, you ain't going to play that here.
Not in this room.
Oh, yeah. This is going to require you to be at a mastery level. Yeah. And you're going to have to rise.
Yeah. I knew that
and when she said that, I was like, you know what? You right. Because I am playing. I am pussyfooting around over here. Yeah. And I'm over here trying to attack my master's program like I'm still in undergrad. And it's like, bro, no. Like, you got to level up.
Yeah, you got to elevate.
And that's exactly what we did.
And
we went ahead and bossed on up.
You know, my first paper in grad school, I got an F on it. Like first paper. Yes, when I tell you I broke down crying because I was just like, oh, I'm not built for this. This master level, it's not for me. You need a B or higher to pass. Right. And I'm over here getting an F on my first paper. That thing broke me, boy. But I bossed up. I called mom and mama, said, oh yeah, this is what you need to do. You need to pray on it tonight. Go ask that man if you could try to like redo it or whatever and get a full understanding of that paper before you do it. And boy, the next day I set up an appointment. He was like, yeah, what brings you to my office?
knowing what brought you there.
Right. I'm like, now you know why I'm here. Like, I cannot go out this bad.
That's how they be, man. That's how they be.
Oh my
and don't
God.
care.
They don't.
Don't care what
I gave that paper to that man.
Sir, that F I got on the paper is what brought me to your office.
I done stayed up all night crying. You talking about what brings me to your office. And you know what's crazy? You know, professors, they flip the paper over. And you just be like, okay, hopefully I got a C, a B.
Right. Oh, yeah. When they curl that paper over and try to hide the grade to give you, oh, yeah, just know it ain't. And
then when other people be asking you what you got, you just be like, oh, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I heard if we grab that back, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't want to talk.
It ain't nothing to talk about.
What brings you to my office, sir? He allowed me to redo it though. He gave me some great advice. Yeah. And then it. I knew what he was looking for from then on. Like I had B's and A's on every paper.
Oh yeah, because it takes the additional time and effort to go above and beyond what's required to become a master. And that's all they were teaching us, is that like if you're gonna have a master's degree, you need to be working at a mastery level. And it's gonna take like for you to do above and beyond what we're asking you to do. So yeah, I may have told you to read chapters 1 and 2, but best believe you're gonna have to read chapter 3 at some point. So you might as well just go ahead and
go ahead and read it.
Right, you might as well go ahead and get used to this.
Yeah,
get used to this. Get used to this reading. Get used to writing these papers because this is what is required. And then I think a master's program, it pushes you to a level that you didn't even know you could perform at. Because I know when I got towards the end of my program, me and one of my classmates we did like this leadership class. It was like an organizational behavior type leadership question. And so we had to pick I think somebody who was black and show them like how they were a leader. And like kind of apply like all of the things we learned in our course over the semester to that individual. And so we had to like analyze like all these things about this person, of why we chose this person. And so me and my friend, she was like, well, who do we want to choose? Because, you know, people were choosing like Oprah, and they were choosing like, you know, people who were well known. And so we were just like, oh, I think we should choose Booker T. Washington. And my classmate was like, Booker T. Washington? She was like, honestly, I don't really know much about him. And I was like, yeah, that's why we need to choose Booker T. Washington. Because I was like, he's done a lot, and I don't think people really realize that. And I want to write this paper. And so me and her wrote this paper. I forgot how long this paper was, but we got our paper back, and we got a 100 on the paper. I had never made a perfect score on anything in grad school, and we got a 100. And the teacher wrote a message on the front of our paper. She was like, "Oh, this is the best piece of work that I've ever read," or something like that. And I was just like, "Oh, from that first semester to once you get your rhythm and stuff, oh yeah, it's you got to just stick with it."
You do. And I remember my professors. You know what's crazy? You've seen like my whole master's experience for the most part, and my professors always wanted me to like do public speaking. Like for some reason they were like, speak up. Oh, you know, you have a voice. And back then I was shy. I was like, no, I don't want to speak. I don't want to do that. And you know, now I realize what they were trying to do. Like,
they saw the potential. And I think that's why college is so awesome, is because there are so many people seeing your potential and requiring you to level up. So it's like you go to a university and it's like, oh yeah, that mediocre shit, yeah, we don't do that here. Like here we about excellence. So, you know, like FAMU is like, oh, excellence with Karen, excellence. Like we always heard that. So it was like, oh, you here to be excellent. Like when you go out into the world, you trying to be excellent. You trying to be an excellent, you know, entrepreneur, or if you want to be in corporate America and work for somebody, you trying to be an excellent employee, an excellent manager, an excellent boss. Like it's like the goal is to excel. And I think that's why we were all excelling together. And when you do that and people are in that process, and you know, the late nights in Coleman Library, and either late nights in SBI where I was, or going to group members' homes and meeting with them because they got kids and we need to meet at their house, or you know, like you did what you had to do.
You did. You made it.
Yeah, so it was definitely a different type of hustle. So just like how people show up, how them girls show up in the strip club and they oil them bodies down and they wipe them poles down and they get ready to do these routines and wipe up all this money. Oh, we was in class, we was studying, burning that midnight oil, getting ready for these tests so that we can go ahead and make this cash.
Make this cash.
Right.
Oh, them late nights in Coleman. Boy, I remember being in Coleman until that sunrise. I was like, what the?
I hate it.
Ain't no way we've been in here this long.
Projects, especially the grad school, like the undergrad school projects. I could do them because typically those weren't semester long projects, and it was real like, oh, what y'all need me to do? Oh, okay, well I'm gonna do it. Y'all just email me. All right, I gotta go because I got that. You know,
put it together and we just.
Oh, but when them grad school ones, it's like, oh, you gotta sit in the room. We gotta talk. We gotta work through this. And say all of this stuff together and figure all of this out together. It's more time. And then we there talking. Because like me, I hated meetings where we just there talking. I'm like, I'm here to get stuff done. So I don't need to stay in this library. Because I don't care if we have a meeting for 30 minutes and then everybody go and do their things. But I don't need to sit here and watch you work unless we're under a tight deadline. It's like, oh yeah, can't nobody go nowhere. Because I've had those nights too, where it's like, oh, we gonna be there and we knocking the paper out tonight. Right. So can't nobody. We not going to top flight. We not doing none of that. We need everybody. We need all hands on deck.
That's true.
But then there are some times where it was just like, can we just meet and let everybody know what they need to do, and then we leave? Because I don't need to sit here for 2 hours and watch y'all tight.
Right. Right. There's no point in it. However, I used to like stuff when we used to just work in front of each other, just because it was like a venting.
Oh yeah, but it's a time when you know, like, right? But every time you don't need that. No. You know, like if it's every time, it's like, oh, Janae, bring your laptop, bring your charger. We gonna be in the library for 5 hours.
We got a life.
You gonna be like, okay.
We got a life. Yeah, I'm gonna be at the house doing my own thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, I can't do that.
But I think we did that because, you know, we were again younger and not being responsible.
Yeah.
So that was a way to hold people accountable. Like, oh yeah, we all gonna get this work done. Ain't nobody.
Right.
Because as soon as you talk about it, people go do their little thing and be like, oh, did you get the? Because I'm waiting on your part. Because I can't do my stuff until I get your part.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that person talking about, oh, I ain't get it, or oh, I meant, and it's just like, now you throwing me off.
And then you had those people who copy verbatim from the book, and you like, hold up, where your citations? Right. You got to do something. Put your citations on.
Right. Oh yeah, we're not gonna be plagiarizing.
Yeah, and then I'll be quick. Like the people who don't work but want all the credit. Oh yeah, you're getting it.
Oh, we definitely left the boy off our paper. He came to the computer lab in the room, and this black girl, she was like the leader in our group. And we had all contributed, and we had stayed in the Coleman Library for those late nights. He on the library computer on like Hip Hop Nation.
Stop.
We over here trying to figure out how we divide the paper, who responsible for what. He over here looking up sneakers, tennis shoes, and we like,
oh yeah, you about to get an F.
Okay, why are you here? And then he had a little job, so he couldn't always meet with us.
Oh yeah.
So he really wasn't contributing. We got to that paper, and she was like, oh, I'm not putting his name on this paper. And she was like, and we were like, what? And she was like, I'm not putting his name on the paper. And I was like, well, she put the paper together, so really no one couldn't say nothing because it was like she went through to make sure like we all sounded like one person had wrote the paper, and she had did some, you know, extra work, and she was like, oh yeah. And so when he came in there, we were just like, hey bro, we don't feel like you contributed to the paper, so we left your name off. And he was like, he's like, really, y'all gonna leave my name off the paper?
Oh yeah, you ain't did it.
And he was trying to get upset with the girl, and I was like, bro, listen, your energy is in the wrong place. So I gave him the paper, and I was just like, bro, like, with all honesty, if you can point to any part of this paper that you wrote in here, we'll put your name on the paper. Oh, when I say, oh boy, start flipping through them, he was like...
And the crazy thing is, you know you don't have no part in there. You know you ain't do nothing.
And I'm talking about this paper about 20, 25 pages long, and he over here...
He should have been like that.
He over here going back and forth between... And I'm like, I don't know what he looking for.
He should have been like, boy, give me that book. You know, good and well you ain't doing
that. Oh yeah, he couldn't find it, and he was...
We were supposed to have like 15 pages. And I was the one, I didn't put the paper together. I was just supposed to print it and bring it to class because the two people who were looking over it were supposed to put it together before they went on their trip to Fort Lauderdale. So here I am in my car. It's 5 minutes before class. And I'm like, something told me, Janae, count the pages. Like right then in that moment, count the pages. So I started counting. And I'm like, hold up, this thing, it's only 10 pages. It's only 10 pages. Now, mind you, you know what? I think it was more. It's probably like 20 pages because it was 10 of us in a group. So when you're down and it's only like probably 15 pages and you're missing 5 pages, you know you got an F. So I walked in. I called mommy first, and I'm just like, Mom, I'm crying on the phone. And she like, just pray about it. Try to turn it in, see what he gonna do. I get into class and I see another girl who's in my group, and I don't really care for her like that because she half-ass anyway. I said, here goes the paper, turn it in, I gotta go. And I walked out and I went home and I just prayed on it. And I went out that night and I went about my business. I'm not about to turn that work in like that. And I know it's not right. So the next week, when we had classes again, I missed that week and I went to a whole probate because I was just trying to avoid that class. And while I'm at the probate, I'm getting all these text messages, people in the group me, you know, group me, and they going off. They over here cursing the professor out, talking about he don't know what he doing, talking about we missing pages and all of this. And I'm just at the probate like, that don't have nothing to do with me.
But right? That's all right.
But yeah, so then I was like, you know what, Janae, what's the best thing to do? So I decided to meet up with the professor by myself. And when I met with him in his office hours, he was like, why weren't you in my class? You know, I had to explain that to him. And I said, well, sir, I was embarrassed. I said, I was responsible for printing the paper and giving it to you. So I just assumed, which I should have not done, that all of our pages was there. But it was 5 minutes until your class and I started looking and I seen that we only had 15 instead of 20 pages. And I said, I can't turn that in because I already know. You the one who gave me the F the first time. I know not to send this into you. I knew not to send that into you. So I said, I had somebody else do it. She submitted it to you and I just figured that hopefully we'll be able to talk to you or have some type of discussion. He said, you know what? It's 10 of y'all in the group. 9 people cursed me out. They talked about me. They were upset with me, told me I didn't know my job. He said, out of all your group, you're the only one who told the truth. The only one. And since you did that, I'm going to give y'all another chance to do that paper. But y'all better make 100. That's all I needed to hear. Boy, I was like, man. But yeah, these people over here lying and all that. Y'all should have. Everybody should have been responsible for counting that paper.
Right.
To this day, Jessica, that's why she's my close friend, because we were in that group. To this day, she'll tell anybody, I saved that grade. Like we were all about to be. And you know how masters work. If y'all failed this class, you have to wait a whole nother year to take this class again. So yeah, I had to save the day for that. But man, child, y'all wasn't about to stress me out. He already gave me an F.
and as soon as you, what bring you back to my office again?
Right.
Sir, the next paper.
For real. He talking about, and then you missing classes on top of that. And now you talking about you want to talk about this paper. What you got to say now?
Right.
I'm like, sir. And so I just came out and shared all of that. But man, I never want to go through something like that again. But that taught me there, oh, everybody's held accountable. I don't care who in charge of putting the paper together. All of y'all better make sure it's adding up to what that professor wants. Right. So that was a big lesson, man.
Oh, we need to go get that card.
Yeah, so this was a great video. Thank you for tuning in. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have not already, please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to 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 come visit the channel. Peace.